You can't fault manufacturers for dressing their products best they can. Sometimes, however, they go a bit too far. Kind of like me playing a round of golf at Augusta National. If you can't play, display, an emphasis on can't. Sorry about that, Jack. Now, unlike special editions out there, the rig we have here today has purpose written all over it on a familiar platform that has proven itself over and over again. This is the 2021 Ford Ranger FX4 MAX. The engine in the Raptor is the same as the engine in the FX4 MAX, which is a 2-liter biturbo diesel engine that produces 210 horses and 500 Nm of torque mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, right off the showroom floor, the FX4 comes with lots of tiny bits. Okay, they're not tiny, they're actually big bits that kind of off-roadify the already capable Ranger. And it's not just for show. For example, things like these very robust stepboards that grip like there's no tomorrow, though try not to snag your leg when you're entering or exiting the truck. Or yeah, it's tocino for breakfast. The FX4 MAX also comes with these beefy all-terrain BF Goodrich tires that wrap these 17-inch wheels. Though we don't think the tires are the most glamorous component, especially on pickups, the rubber on here really adds not just a strong visual presence, but provide great traction on any surface. And despite being more rugged, it doesn't really cause a ruckus in the cabin, even on the highway. Other goodies on the outside that set the FX4 MAX apart are the sports bar, a grille reminiscent of the Raptor, and a decal to remind drivers out there that you're, well, driving a seriously capable truck. One thing we aren't a fan of are the halogen lights. Yeah, they obviously get the job done, but LEDs would make life much easier and clearer at night, especially out in the wilderness where you might run over a friendly critter or two. Now that's kind of morbid, yes, or even worse, get lost. Now, some people like to say that this thing is like a baby Raptor. Sure, okay, we'll take it, but it's a beast in its own right. For instance, heavy-ass door. This thing can carry 1,000 kilograms. 1,000! That's 320 kilograms more than the Raptor. 320! That's like putting Gino and his XSR 900 here at the back. Is that a motorcycle? Whoa! Look at that! I'm not exactly sure if that thing will fit inside, but you can try. Laki ng budget namin, no? Now in here, it's pretty much a standard Ranger, that's pretty good actually, because you know it's tried and tested. Gunmetal trim on the dash, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and controls on it for your infotainment. The overall feel in here resonates the overall ruggedness of the truck, so you won't feel too bad getting dirt and mud in here. The gauge cluster has 2 screens showing your trip computer and is also part of Ford's Sync 3 system that flanked your speedometer. And in the center, you've got an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system that has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with reverse sensors. Unfortunately, this is the same system as a Wildtrak, but it doesn't have a reverse camera. And I'm kind of wondering why they decided to take that out. Really odd. And another special thing about the FX4 is that it comes with auxiliary switches. Now these things can be hooked up to almost anything. You can put a power winch, more lights, perhaps missiles on an attack helicopter. That was totally planned, by the way. I mean, our budget could be that big. You never know. So instead of opting for a third-party controller, they conveniently offer an OEM option that not only just looks cleaner, but is also very useful for the off-roading enthusiast. Another unique FX4 MAX touch in here are the seats. They're a combination of leather and a grippy Alcantara-like material that keeps you in place pretty well, both up front and at the rear, which has a 12-volt socket and a center armrest. Sadly, no air vents. The front passenger seats, unfortunately, aren't powered. Bit of a hassle, you might think, but at least it's quick. AutoDeal.com.ph can connect you to get the best quote from multiple dealerships near you. You can request and compare quotes from any dealership in the Philippines. Get the best deal with AutoDeal. On paved surfaces and at the proper tire pressure, the FX4 cruises well, where you can get that over 15 kilometers per liter we were talking about. The light steering is a joy to operate, and honestly, body fatigue is minimum thanks to very comfortable seats. Though the truck does weigh over 2,200 kilograms with a full tank of diesel, roads with perpetual imperfections will wiggle you as expected. It is a utility vehicle after all, and you'll yearn for more weight at the rear. The 10-speed automatic transmission shifts seamlessly and doesn't give you the feeling it's perpetually hunting for a gear with so many to choose from, be it in stop and go, crawling, or giving it a bit of squeeze and letting it loose. While the engine and wind noises aren't your perennial passengers, as you'd have probably calculated, the dominant noise inside the cabin would be the tires, really. The set of BF Goodrich can only please one driver at a time, obviously better off-road. When off paved roads, the FX4 MAX has an entourage of 256mm of ground clearance, a 31-degree approach, and 23-degree departure angle, which can easily slap a grin on your face. The steering maintains its fluidity, and ground clearance is much like a tall drink of confidence, knowing your wingman on the course has a few majors in his chest. Dressed to display it may look, but it's got the goods to back it up. Not exactly built for the city, it is dressed to the nines with a purpose. Sure, you might get the look here and there from other people thinking that you're a poser, right up until the time you decide to park this thing on top of their cars. You know, if you think about it, there aren't a lot of cars out there, or rigs for that matter, that come straight from the showroom and can accommodate the wants and needs of off-road enthusiasts. Like immediately. The 2021 FX4 MAX comes in at just under 1,700,000 Philippine pesos, making it one of the more affordable 4x4s out there. Now, it's not exactly the green jacket at the Masters, but you'd be hard-pressed to find a course that this thing can't rip up.